Pinnick came down. Rohr was in Morocco.
They watched the first game.
Yeah, they watched the first game and came down.
The good thing is, he's here now. He's not there. So I think the players will focus.
Are
they going to fly out again
I heard they
today?
promised them a lot.
I mean, are they going to fly out again today to watch that game?
Well, the reason why I'm sure we're coming
for the weekend and maybe when
I'm sure we're coming to the issue of your Super Eagles coach. They had to come down to do what was necessary yesterday. So, expectedly, I think they should go back.
All right.
Of course, because Amaju Pinnick is a member of the
all right, George, before we leave for Morocco and stop talking about those who are going back to Morocco, before we leave, do you think that Salisu Yusuf has options? If we say that some things need to be changed, and you look at the bench, are you confident with what's on that bench? And if this one plays, if you do it this way?
I mean, there was an outcry. Some clubs were shouting, why didn't you take this? Sikirola Tuposun. We saw lots of players in the league that, performed very well. That did not make it. But not everyone can make it.
Sure.
And the players that were taken to Morocco showed that they were worthy to be on that list.
Precisely.
Even though we had one gate crash, the Noura guy, I think the 15-year-old, we expect that he'll be a revelation and all that. But I think there are options. The problem, like in the first game, was that we're shy in front of goal. It's a Nigerian problem. Composed. It even happens with the senior national team.
What happened against Rwanda? I haven't seen that in a long while. I don't know, but I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen it in the senior team?
In a long while, no, not like. Come on, the post.
It was like.
I mean, you're like, come on. It was just carrying the ball.
Yeah, so is that really an issue of the bench?
It's not, because
I don't think it's an issue of the bench.
It's got all the players right there. I mean, I think, I said it earlier that, when you make a promise to a child and say, look, you have to do this, don't worry, I'm watching, I'm seeing you. There's that tendency to actually, the pressure, jittery, not being composed and all. I mean, selfish means might just come in. I mean, because everyone is competing, everyone wants to win.
They went to Wafu, they played in the final. They should have an idea. They hardly scored goals before they got to the final. They should have had that experience. And you don't need Salisu to get into the pitch and score the goals for you. I think the players should sit up.
I think it's the World Cup tickets. That's what actually upset. That's what upset me.
Let's leave Morocco now and let's come home and talk about something that is heartwarming. Gernot Rohr signs contract extension. I can't remember the last time we came back from the World Cup and we still had a coach. It's always maybe the administration leaves, there's crisis.
Yeah.
We spent about a year
That's right.
looking for a coach. But I think this is good, whichever way you want to look at, that there's going to be stability after the World Cup, irrespective of what is happening with the administrators.
That's right.
We have a manager.
And irrespective of what happens at the World Cup.
Yeah.
I know we're all wishing we get to the semi-finals, but every team is looking to do the same thing as well. So Gernot Rohr going to the World Cup knowing that even if we do not perform very well, he still would lead us to the Cup of Nations, in 2019, which is, good. And that would also influence whatever's going to happen there, because he knows that he's still the coach of the Super Eagles for the next, how many years. So I think that would affect him. I think this is a very good one. When the NFF do something great, you give them a pat on the back and say, you've done something great. I mean, for him, he had to leave Morocco, come down to sign his two-year contract extension. It's wonderful. I must commend the NFF for that. I remember USA '94. After the World Cup, we didn't see Westerhoff. I think Bora was in charge.
Bonfrey as well came, go back, go back.
That's right. We also had Lagerbach, who took us back in some way.
Lagerbach is a forgotten story.
Onigminde, of course, had to come back. This is his country now, so he had to come back as well. So
we also, the issue that
but this is different. This is the first time where we're sure that Gernot Rohr will be, and I know he would want to stay, because succeeding with the Super Eagles, it's going to add a lot to his CV.
Exactly.
This is not Gabon, with all due respect to Gabon and Burkina Faso. And this is Nigeria. He's qualified Nigeria as the first team to qualify from Africa. This is the biggest achievement of his CV, and he'll want to come back and say, look, I'm going to do this 2 years, this extra 2 years. And I'm tipping that he's going to do great at the World Cup. I don't know where they'll reach, but if we cross the first round, it will be some relief.
Okay.
You know, I love what the NFF first vice president said, talking about Shea Akiwumi, when he talked about the fact that if someone has done well, you know, he gets a reward. So I think just qualifying the Super Eagles so easily and not having to, like, you know, we didn't need any calculator. We didn't need to start thinking, you know, what to do and all that. So at the end of the day, you will tell yourself that, hey, this man did well, and so him getting the contract is going to, you know, not just make the national team more like very stable now, but also the players knowing that when they come back from the World Cup, they have a coach they can always call on. And also, it's also be a building system.
And we hope that the NFF will respect, you know, themselves as well. Stick to the contracts. I see a very serious NFF. There's a lot of money right now, so we don't expect any bonus row, any money issues. I mean, with the sponsorship yesterday, with the previous ones as well. I think money has always been an issue that causes some sort of rancor in the national team setup, but this is not going to be the case. Yeah. The players will be paid. You know, there's not going to be any grumbling. The coach will be paid, hopefully. That's why I said they need to stick to, you know, the agreement.
Let me create a scenario. Worst possible case, I pray it doesn't happen. Or the rancor that usually follows after the World Cup that leads us into the election year, and all those things happen.
This is the election year.
Okay, yeah, that leads up on the rancor and everything, and all those issues, and the new administration comes in. You think there will be issues with the manager that has already signed a contract?
I don't think so.
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
Yeah, there shouldn't be an issue.
Okay.
I mean, who do you want to bring now? This is you can start reeling out all his achievements. He's qualified us seamlessly. So,
all right.
And you mentioned the election is. I'm not sure that this NFF board. I don't know what the Congress is going to say. Right. I'm not sure because of what was said yesterday. They were talking about a 3-year plan. I'm not sure they're ready to leave.
Okay. All right, we'll go for a break now. We'll come back. We'll listen to Amaju Pinnick talking about Super Eagles' plans for the World Cup.